I came to PS 396 a little more than 5 years ago. At the time, in 2005, PS 396 was a school under registration review and was also a school in need of improvement. We received those designations because of poor achievement in ELA, as evidenced by the New York State exams, and so we immediately began working on a lot of different things. Our instructional framework, our buildings culture, our professional development program, bringing resources into the classroom that would support literacy, and I'm proud to say that 5 years later, we're a school in good standing. We came off the SIR and the CINE list in the first 2 years. Scale score to scale score, we've come up 50 to 60%.
Tim is. Everyone, what's the title?
Henry meets Tim.
Good.
One of the things that I think Reading Mastery did was bring more consistency to our language arts block. It's a program that's focused on not only fluency, but on explicit teaching of comprehension strategies, and I think that was something that was seriously needed.
Reading Mastery has design, delivery, and documentation. All of this comes together in a very unique way. If we talk about direct instruction, we're talking about two strains of thought. The first is the direct instructional teaching. With direct instructional teaching, we get between 200 and 300 responses per child in a half hour. This is by choral teaching and the teacher's teaching with a script. In a traditional program where a child gets a chance to read, each child in a half-hour period, they may only get 2 opportunities to read. So you can see that we're getting a lot more student input for the teacher. And that immediate feedback is important to the teacher because she knows every step of the way who's learning, who's not learning, and how to correct those mistakes.
We've used so many programs, so many different reading programs in all different grades, including balanced literacy. And I've realized that with the Reading Mastery program, the one thing that it does that's so convenient is that it gives you placement tests. So you start off the kids at the level that they are in reading. Other programs don't do that. Everybody starts on the same level, and you have to use their materials and differentiate the materials, so in order to scaffold the kids. But with Reading Mastery, it gives you the placement test. It gives you the tools to see where the children need to begin.
I like a lot of things about Reading Mastery. Probably one of my favorite things is that it really holds kids accountable. You're constantly asking them questions as they read through the text, and upon completing the text, they have to complete structured work, questions that pertain to what they just read, and also what they've read in prior days. So it's not just you read something, you forget about it, you're always going back, you're constantly relearning as you introduce the new material.
I like the DI reading books because when you read, you learn a lot, and then it tells you more stuff, like some stories were true and some stories were not, and you answer, and sometimes they trick you, but and then you can still remember them for next year. You'll know that they will check you.
Every program has a placement test so that we're finding the child's instructional level. And if we talk about an instructional level, we're talking about the child knows 80% of the material on lesson 1 and only 20% new. So we're not frustrating children.
The first day that my new students came in, they came in from a previous class. I was not familiar with the teacher nor with their curriculum, but I did notice a really big difference between these students and my students from the previous year.
Read after me all of these words that you were going to see in column 1. Everyone take a look at column 1. Tim was, what is Tim?
He likes the direct instruction that he gets. He loves the stories that they read, and then they have to answer the questions. It's very good, and I think he says it challenges his brain.
He understands, he comprehends, he's fluent, he's a fluent reader, and the reports I'm getting from the school are that he's I think they said he's a 5th grade reader.
So I have seen a difference in his reading. He has progressed from picture books now to chapter books, and he doesn't need so many picture prompts to get him going to read the storyline.
It's taken the senior author of these programs, Sigfrid Engelman, and his other support systems over 40 years to develop these materials. So they're tried and proven. I personally spent 32 years in the classroom using these programs, and I trust them. I trust those placement tests to help me find the child's instructional level.